I was shown this method a few years ago now, and as soon as I was shown it, my ball striking went to a new level. Now, I've been using this with a lot of my clients here at Mottram Hall in person, and they go to me, Alex, oh my God, this is like pro level now. I feel like it's pro level, and that's brilliant. Now, I've been seeing a lot of comments here on the channel all about downswing. How can I improve my downswing? Well, I want to see if you can get the same impact on your downswing as I did, as all my clients did, by using this exact method. Now, there are two moves that are associated with this, but there's also something extra I want to show you about these wrists, which we will come to in this video. So the first thing we've got to understand is how we move in the backswing. Now, a lot of you have seen this, just get your back to target, but there's an exact way. Right? I like to think of it as like I'm pulling a cord from my left side to my right side, because what I'm trying to really control when I'm striking my irons is that I'm not moving too much off this golf ball. Because if you move off the golf ball, you've got to think, imagine this is your circle of your swing. That's moving ridiculously. Like, you look at that, right? If I hold that and I move off, well, I've got to do a lot of work to get back. So this makes it really hard. So the easiest way to think about it, and this is what my coach said to me at the time and has stuck with me forever, is you've got to imagine, Alex, right? You're in a telephone box. Remember those red telephone boxes in London, right? You've got to think as though you're in a telephone box. It's the side of your hair. I want you to feel like you spiral up within the box. Don't move out of it. Now, when I first did this, I felt like I was going like that. I felt like I was moving like this. And this is what a lot of my students say. But you're not. You're keeping the middle of your sternum and the middle of your belt buckle, when you've got an iron in your hand, a lot more on top of each other. I'm spiraling up. Look at the coil. And you'll feel a lot more engagement in this core. You'll feel a lot more centered because you're keeping your circle over the ball. And how he told me to hit balls with this, and this is what I say to the students, I'm going to hit this one away, is hit it away slowly, Alex. Hit it away 20 yards. Hit it away 30 yards. Give yourself a chance to improve. And I feel a lot of us are a little bit harsh on that sometimes, and harsh on ourselves. So watch this. This is the pace. Trust me, compare this to what you're doing right now. Just get in front of a mirror, or you know what, get your mate to take a video of you. Watch, just hit it like this. Stay within the box is my thought. Just like that, speed. And that was crisp. Even the T-peg came out the ground. I made a divot. And that's the first part of this process, right? Let's move on to stage 2. Now, you need to stick with this. Even if you feel like this is something really basic, these are the things that actually make an improvement. And this is how tour players think. Basic, they think simple, they don't think complicated. So piecing this all together is how you get the ball striking benefits. Now, if you're also wondering, how do I get involved with the channel, Alex? How do I get my query answered? Well, join us on some live streams, which we do once a month. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and then just pop your comment or query down below. Right, this is the baseball swing. And don't forget, like, my favorite bit to this is this wrist bit, because that's when you get that square face and the knuckles to target. You're like, yes, the ball striking goes to a new level. Now, the reason why I call it the baseball swing is when my coach showed me this, he was like, well, Alex, if you had a pitcher throwing a ball at you in this direction, okay, you wouldn't move forward chest and lower body at the same time. We would move towards the pitcher as lower half would go first, that would start to open up, then your chest would come through and the bat would pass you. And that's the bit that I was like, whoa, what? The club passes me. Yes, the club passes you. We've got to learn to get that aspect. Okay, now, staying way behind the golf ball is great with driver, but with irons is not that practical. So we need to talk about how we sort of inverted that into irons. But have a look at this closely. So again, if I do this slowly, a pitcher would throw the ball in this direction. You would step through, move the lower half through, then the upper half comes and you come into impact sort of like this, knuckles up. Now, I mentioned the wrist. We're going to talk about this because if you do the baseball fully, look at my face, we need to know how to get the wrists there, okay? That's where we're going to get the wrists in the end. Not there, there, that. Okay, so again, it's like, now putting that into golf terms, right? He said to me, well, don't imagine the ball's coming up here. Imagine the ball's coming at you around here. Well, straight away, that changes everything. I make more of a lower half step first, and then chest moves to cover the ball, not stay behind it. As we said, that was sort of more driver focus. So what I want you to imagine is bringing this into a really simple way to think about in your golf swing. We don't want that step, but that feeling of that transition is up, in, lower half first, back to the ball and let the club pass you. Like in baseball, don't let the hand come off, but look how the club passed me there. So let's set this one away. Look at this move that I made. All I'm imagining is that ball coming around floor height. So here, oh, it's a simple move because you're turning the telephone box and you imagine you're hitting a ball that's down there, like a baseball shot. Did you hear how crisp that shot was? The wrists, probably my favourite part of this video. So we mentioned the baseball swing, the knuckles come through to target and the facing like here, then my face is really open. We've got to get that. Okay, so what I do to feel that is I have a few of those baseball swings where they are around this height here before I go down low of getting my logo of my glove to target. Now, in a shot, I hate that feeling. So how I bring it together in a shot is by the time I get to shoulder height with my hands, my right hand is over my left. That does that process for me with those wrists. That squares that face, but I still get the idea of that pitching technique on that baseball technique. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helps.